everybody, this is Arthur with a new day in Telos, and we're here to talk about the Recreation Center in Weed, California. We got some interesting news that we'll be broadcasting, and here they are.
I'm Kim Greene, and I'm the director for the Weed Recreation and Parks District, and I am here at the Weed Community Center to discuss ballot measure M for the City of Weed, the Weed Recreation and Parks District, and the Wainema Cemetery Districts. So the ballot measure proposes that we raise the sales tax in the City of Weed to 7.75%. So that would be an addition, for every $100 that we spend, it'll be an additional 25 cents that will go towards the funds that will come back to the city, the rec district, and the cemetery. This includes anything purchased within the city limits of Weed that is taxable. That includes your fast food restaurants, if you buy a birthday card, if you buy a roll of paper towels. It's already been proven that the majority of the tax dollars that come back to the City of Weed are from people that come off of the freeway. So they're probably stopping out at South Weed to go through one of the fast food restaurants, or they may be even coming into town to buy gasoline. But we feel that this is the most effective way to earn funds that can be used to fill the gaps between all three of the entities involved. Right now, the Recreation Department is a special district, and we do receive tax dollars from the state, but they barely cover the cost of operations. And with the new community center, there's additional costs. And then we also have our community swimming pool, which needs a lot of repairs. And those are very costly repairs. The cemetery district is a non-profit, and they only earn money from selling plots or from donations. And so there is really no set yearly budget that will cover the three employees that work over at the cemetery and keep the grounds beautiful and make the arrangements for services. That includes setting up the grave site, probably fixing sprinklers, putting out the flags, etc., etc. So what this will do for the rec department, we've had several opportunities for grants, but because we don't have any excess or savings, we many times cannot apply for those grants because we don't have the matching funds that are required from those grants. So this money could help us in that way. It could help us with daily operation. It could help us with capital outlay projects that are very costly.
What is your total yearly budget?
Our total that we receive is just a little over $300,000.
And so with that, you have to run this building.
We have to run the community center. We have to run all the parks. We really only have one full-time employee, and that's Christy, who's the office manager. And then we have two maintenance people that work like 9 months out of the year. And then I only work 3 days a week. And we have two janitorial people that also only work 10 to 20 hours a week.
So how much do you fall short?
Well, last year, I don't know the total because I don't do the book, so I couldn't give you a total off the top of my head. But because of COVID, Most of our members stopped coming. The majority of the people that use the community center and our exercises and fitness programs and our swimming pool are seniors. And so when COVID hit and everybody was restricted to stay home, they are the most susceptible population we have. And so they're not coming, which means they're not paying their monthly dues, which means we have no regular income or monthly income that we can count on. In order to pay our bills.
So how many members do you actually need that would cover everything?
I couldn't give you an exact number because there's all different rates and schedules. But I can tell you we probably need 3 times as many as we have right now. And I don't know what the number is because I can't, it's so hard to tell you right now because I don't know if those members are going to be coming back or who's paying their dues. We only have a few people that are actually paying their monthly dues because they are starting to come back and use the center.
Okay. So it's kind of an open agenda for as many people as can be here. All right, that's good to know. Anything else?
I don't think that this additional 25 cents is going to break any of us here in the city limits. And until I started researching all of this, I was unaware that Wairika and Dunsmuir are already at $7.75. So Weed and Mount Shasta right now are at 7.5, and then every other city in Siskiyou County is still at 7.25.
Okay. So do you rent out rooms for events?
We do, but we've only had one event that did not cancel since COVID hit. So we had several weddings lined up. We had some classes that were lined up. We had the senior lunches, the free lunch every Monday, and none of that is happening. So all those funds that we estimated for our yearly budget, we're not going to have.
All right, so it's kind of up in the air. So you actually need a lot of extra people here and events that don't cancel and stuff like that. All right, so those are the things that this place needs to be helped with.
Yes, and we had a lot of projects that we were working towards, but they haven't come to fruition because nobody's allowed to be together. So we have a rec room that we had been talking with Boys and Girls Club about taking over that room and having those programs here in Weed. But as you know, the students can't be they have to be more than 6 feet apart, so we can't fit very many of them into the room, and so that's kind of been put on hold. We do have right now, since school started, Golden Eagle is renting one of our rooms, and they meet with students here a couple of days a week, but that's not enough for us to pay.
So what you really need is people to step up and donate.
Well, what we need is a steady income.
Right.
And so that would be us going out and getting more members, but right now we're just barely keeping the lights on.
What number can they reach you at or the office here at?
938-4685.
So new members are wanted.
And we also have a Facebook page, and we have a website, weedrec.org. And on our Facebook page, we post at least every day about what classes we have going on, and our water classes are very popular. We have a water class at least once every day of the week.
Okay.
And the CDC gave permission that it's perfectly okay to be in the pool because of all the chemicals. And those classes have been picking up, but we still aren't doing yoga. We, in fact, now can't even find a yoga instructor. The other instructor isn't ready to come back.
Okay.
We just started back with PIO, which is a combination of Pilates and yoga. But I believe maybe only 2 or 3 members are coming to those classes. And then we also offer Zumba, and her classes are getting people, but I don't think there's been more than 5 people in any class since COVID.
Tell us about the different classes that are available now, and the different classes that you want to put out there, and then people can go through that and say, oh, I want that one or that one.
So we have a regular schedule, and it is posted on our website, and it is posted on our Facebook page. And so right now, I thought I had I have a copy of it right here. So we offer aqua aerobics, aqua zumba, PIO, Kaigon, which I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, Zumba Gold, Zumba Fitness. We also have a knitting class, an advanced step aerobics class, and then the swimming pool is open for self-paced exercise or just enjoyment.
Okay.
We are looking, like I said, right now we're looking for a yoga instructor. We have a couple of people who are willing to sub if we have a regular teacher, but so far we haven't been able to find anybody that's ready to come back yet. It is kind of scary,
So at least they have an idea what you have offering now, so that the people can actually contact you and say, this is what I want.
Right.
So we have a little bit more.
But our biggest concern right now is the community swimming pool. So the estimate that we had last year, which I've called for an updated estimate, is $180,000 just to fix the inside fiberglass of the swimming pool. So if we don't get that fixed, chances are our pool won't open next year.
So it's leaking?
It leaks, and there's actually a bubble that we're just waiting for the day that bubble pops, because we don't know really what's underneath there. There was a side hole in one of the walls this summer, and they actually fixed it with flex tape. If you've seen that, it really does work, but that's only going to hold for so long. Swimming pools are very expensive to run. We have never broke even or even come close to breaking even, but it's not something we're willing to give up because it's so needed and so used by the entire Siskiyou County community. I mean, we have people from all over that come to the big pool.
All right.
And then 3 days before we were supposed to close for the season, the pump went out. So I don't even have an estimate on the cost of fixing that yet. So that's just one more thing for...
So the maintenance is pretty high in this building?
The maintenance is very high. You pretty much have to be expert at doing pools. We can't just call in somebody who does concrete or somebody who does fiberglass, or I was told that there was a company that does stucco houses, and they said, oh, what's going to be the difference? We could do that. No, they can't.
Not it.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, that's good to know. Well, this should help your people calling in and wanting to either donate to the cause here, or come in and get...
What I want them to do is vote yes on the ballot measure.
And then that's good too.
Yes.
So that'll give you extra money there.
Yes, and the cemetery comes to the city council every year during the TOT tax distribution. The city is never able to give them what they need, so they usually get maybe half of what they're asking for. And we know that amount this year is going to be so much lower because of COVID. We didn't have as many people traveling, so we're not earning as many TOT taxes as we normally do in a year, which means there's less to be distributed to all of the different organizations that come and ask for TOT funds. And that includes the museum, the Chamber of Commerce, any special projects with the downtown businesses. What else was asking? The cemetery always gets a little, but it's pretty broken up. And last year I think our total to distribute was like 82,000, and we're predicting this year it'll be around in the 50,000 range.
Well, it's good to know because this should bring in some more people coming in that now that they know that at least there's some things that are open here.
Yes.
I think that's really the problem is that they don't know, so they don't have no way to, unless they call.
And then also, we handle the senior bus. And so if people need rides to come here to the center,
that's good to know. Yeah.
Then they just call the senior bus. And then we just posted what all the information about the senior bus and what it can do for the local citizens and how to get a hold of them. And it's all posted on our